All righty, beautiful. So we have our wrap-up speaker, and I know that some of you guys are in our office, and we chatted about Mike is, I don't know, he's international now, definitely a worldwide speaker. Are we international speaking already?
Coaching internationally,
Coach,
speaking still nationally. Yeah.
Cool. So international coach and speaking all over the US. He's constantly traveling, helping people be at their best. He actually started in Cutco many moons ago. He was a top Cutco sales rep. He was a top Cutco sales professional. He ran the events program with Dante Runs for many years for the Gulf Coast of Texas. He moved up, got into the Cutco Hall of Fame. He's in the Cutco Hall of Fame as an alumni with Cutco. And one of the best, like just his skill set, his ability to sell Cutco is unbelievable. But even more, his heart for helping people and helping people be at their best is something that I always loved about him from when I first met him. And just like that is something he's so passionate about, helping people tap into that full potential and getting to those next levels and helping them break through barriers. And he's so dang good at it. And he does a lot of different work. He has invested so much in himself, in so many conferences, self-development coaches he's had to be able to pour over. He's someone that lives it. Everything he preaches, he lives it himself, and he's constantly looking for ways to improve himself and level up. And I'm so excited for you guys to get a taste from someone who, again, gets paid thousands and thousands of dollars to speak all over the US. And he's here today as an alliance to give back, to serve. We are so grateful to have him here. We get to see him once or twice a year. Some of you guys do coaching and get to talk to him a little bit more. But if we can please bring big round of applause for Mr. Mike Lonzetta. Oh, like 15 days, right? And he sold like 100 grand in 15 days. Yeah, his last year. Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
Good.
Many of y'all have not heard me speak before because that okay is throwing you off. How y'all doing?
Good.
GCK, Houston, Texas, H-Town, my home. Katie said, it was happy said I travel all over. I speak all over. I just got back from Wisconsin and Atlanta, and but H-Town's my home. So I'm happy to be here, happy to represent, and happy to deliver some really good stuff for you guys. First off, let me just check how am I doing on the mic? Mic on the mic, mic on the mic. Good. Mic on the mic, mic on the mic. Okay, cool. All right. So I've got some really good stuff to share with you today. Some of you have heard quite a few times. But I'm going to share a little bit of a different tweak. So for you that have heard this talk, chances are I'm going to share something today that most of you have never heard. So excited to do that. That said, before I even dive in, first of all, let's just give a huge round of applause to the managers in the room, the assistant managers, branch managers, district managers. We wouldn't be here without them. Give a round of applause. Let's give a huge round of applause for Kathy, one of the greatest of all time. Like, y'all don't even know. Don't even know, like she's like a myth, like a legend outside of this area. Like you go to the Eastern region, it's like she's one of the best of all time. We're so blessed to have her. And the more you get to know her, the more you get to work with her, the more you get leadership from her, the more you're going to know that. I also want you to give you a big round of applause. And here's why. Because you're choosing to show up today. You're choosing to learn. You're choosing to grow. You're choosing to better yourself. And the world needs a lot more of that. Most people are afraid of self-awareness. Most people are afraid of growth because every human being has the two same greatest fears. What if I'm not enough? And if I'm not enough, I won't be loved and accepted. Every human being has those same greatest fears. What if I'm not enough? Not enough, won't be loved and accepted. Because of those fears, most people, when they think about growing, becoming something better than themselves, they fear that because it's like, what does that mean? I'm not good enough now. So most people resist growth, and we need growth. We need to become better versions of ourselves, and the world needs more of that. And so you're choosing to be here. You're choosing to sit through a meeting, take good notes, pay attention, and better yourselves. And I honor that. So before I dive in more, give yourselves an even better round of applause than everyone else today. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now that was pretty good. But for some of you are like, what is this clapping for myself thing? This is weird. What? Won't do this. And unfortunately, because we live in a world where a lot more people are a lot more negative, and that's more natural. That's the normal. The same shit, different day. The, oh man, FML. Hey, how's it going? Oh, life sucks. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Mine sucks too. Yeah, that's normal. Someone asks you, hey, how you're doing? You're like, life's amazing. They're like, really? Why? And you're like, no reason. They're like, you're crazy. That's not normal. But would you say normal is successful? Or normal is average, super healthy, super wealthy, happy people? Is average the wealthy, the healthy, the happiest people on the planet? No. So we don't want to be average. Nothing against people who are average, but we don't want to be that. We want to choose to rise above average, choose to rise above normal. And part of that is loving self, appreciating self, valuing self, honoring self. And that's what I'm asking you to do when I'm asking you to clap for yourself. Before I dive in, and let's show me what H-Town's about. Because, I have people do this all over the country, but, please represent this as home. Give yourselves an even better round of applause for showing today to better yourself and go into this push and become something you haven't been before. Okay. All right. No, no. All right. Okay. I can proceed. Thank you. So what I'm going to share with you guys today is some great stuff, as Angela and Kathy alluded to. I've been in the business for a while. I've helped multiple champions in the business. I've helped multiple people out of this business be some of the best in the world at what they do. Some of what I've shared with you today is how I've overcome significant trauma. I've been through adversity. I've been through messed up stuff that no human beings ever had to go through or shouldn't have to go through. And so I use what I'm teaching you today to get through that stuff and come out better instead of bitter. I've also accomplished some great things, as Angela alluded to a few years ago. Was the first rep in company history to sell 100 grand worth of Cutco, selling 20 days or less for the year. I sold 100 grand in 17 days. I run my coaching and speaking business. The following year, 100 grand in 15 days. And so what I'm going to share with you today is part of how I'm able to do that. And even some of the tweak I'm going to share with you is more specifically on the sales side of how I did that, because I know today's event is more about selling going into the push. So that said, I'm going to share with you something called the success cycle. Some of you have seen it before, right? And the success cycle is something that comes from Tony Robbins. He's the highest paid coach in the world. He's coached people like Usher, Pitbull, Hugh Jackman, Leonardo DiCaprio, Anthony Hopkins, Serena Williams, pretty much every major sports team that's won a national championship for the last 20 years, including the San Antonio Spurs, Miami Heat, Golden State Warriors. What I'm going to share with you today is what he taught the Golden State Warriors when they were winning their championships. And they paid $1 million for it. I'm pretty sure no one in this room is paying me $1 million. If you want to, you can. I'll give you my Venmo or my Zelle. But I'm going to ask, encourage, and invite and challenge all of you to treat this as if you're paying high dollar for this conference, for this talk. Not because I'm giving it, but because the content is so valuable. It literally has the ability to change your life. Not only help you go out and sell a ton for a push, but literally change the rest of your life. And so I'm going to ask and invite and challenge, encourage you to treat this as if that's the case. To get the most out of this talk and out of everything that you do, because who's it up to for you to get the most out of this message, by the way? Who's it up to for you? For you, I know I'm gonna play a part, right? I gotta get the message, but who's it up to for you? Give me some kind of visual answer of what does that look like? Who's it up to for you to get the most out of this message? Let me see. By the way, I know that you know that I know that I know, but I need to know that you know that I know that you know. So show me who's it up to for you to get the most out of this message. Yes, it's up to you. It's up to you to get the most out of this message. It's up to you to get the most out of every experience of our life. We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control our response. That's our response ability. Our ability to choose our response. Our response ability. And so I'm going to invite, encourage, and challenge everyone in this room to get the most out of this message. There's 3 P's that we practice at my events to help get the most out of any message. The first P is presence. Who would agree the world can use more presence nowadays? Yeah. So let's be more what the world needs. A lot of complaining about what the world needs. Let's be more what the world needs. And needs more presence. It needs people who are actually here in the moment, not in our heads, not in our phones. Presence is super rare nowadays. Because it's rare, it's valuable. So when you practice presence, and you're more present with people, you're more valuable. Because it is so rare. I had the pleasure of getting a little bit of a mentorship from a guy named Jeff Hoffman. He's the founder of Priceline.com. And he's also the inventor of the airport kiosk, where you print your own boarding pass. He ran late for a flight one time. And he's like, this is never happening again. He made the way to print his own boarding pass. Self-made billionaire. And there's a lot of billionaires out there who aren't doing all that good stuff, but this is one of the good billionaires. He builds like hospitals and stuff. He's a great guy. And I got to listen to him. He charges 150 grand for 15 minutes of his time. And I fortunately did not have to pay the 150 grand for this moment that I had with him. I was volunteering at an event, and he came and spoke to some of the volunteers. And after he shared some thoughts, most of us walked off. And then I was still there, and he said, Mike, before you walk off, I just got to say, I really appreciate how present you are. I feel you hanging on every word. I'm just gonna let you know that means so much to me. And that's the value of presence to a billionaire. I know billion gets thrown around a lot, but just to give you some idea of what a billion actually is, if you spend 250 grand, $250,000 a week, it'd take you 4 weeks, about 1 month to spend $1 million. If you spend $250,000 a week, it'd take you 77 years to spend $1 billion. That's the difference between $1 billion and $1 million. And that's how valuable presence is to a billionaire. So if you're down to practice some presence, let me see some visual representation of that. Let me see. And you can think of presence as like a muscle, right? Because we're so distracted. The average attention span is like 8 seconds, like a goldfish. So now what we're doing is we're like paying attention. It's like drift, drift. And if you catch yourself drifting, don't beat yourself up. Appreciate your awareness, and then come back to being present. And that's like doing a rep in the gym, right? So if you're doing a bicep curl and the weight's down here, you're not like, oh, I'm failing. I suck at lifting weights. So that's part of the weight lift. You just then bring it back up and you strengthen that presence muscle. Okay? So use this as an opportunity to practice your presence and strengthen that muscle, make yourself even more valuable. Second P I'm going to ask you to practice is patience. 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 This is usually when we're doing interactive stuff, but I still like to share it. It's a good thing to think about. The thought of impatience. Impatience is on the spectrum of anger. Impatience is on the spectrum of anger. It's not over here by like rage or malice. It's over here by like annoyed. But it's on that spectrum, and anything on that spectrum is because somewhere something's breaking our rules for how things are supposed to be. Somewhere something's breaking our rules for how things are supposed to be. Most of the time, these rules are unconscious, unfair, and unnecessary. So if you're finding yourself being impatient, check in with yourself. What rules are even being broken? Are they even conscious? Are they even necessary? A lot of times they're not. So one way we can practice patience is be curious first, critical second. Be curious first, critical second. Most people dive into criticizing, jump into judgment. Choose to be curious first, critical second. That one little line right there, be curious first, critical second, helps someone get a job right out of college when she shared that with the interviewer. They're like, that's good, you're hired. So utilize that, be curious first, critical second. Third P we're going to practice is participation. Participation. So at the very least, take good notes. Even if you're a really good mental note taker, which I'm a good mental note taker. However, it's scientifically proven that if you take notes, you'll remember the information, recall later more effectively, even if you never look at those notes again. Obviously, look at the notes again. But even if you did, you'll recall the information more effectively if you take notes down. So I'm going to encourage you to take great notes, right? There's going to be parts of this talk where I'm going to have you interact. I'm going to encourage you to interact. The more you participate, the more you're going to get out of this message as well, too. Would you guys agree the world could use more patience and participation as well?
Yeah.
So let's be more what the world needs. Okay? Okay. That's little Mr. Mackey from South Park. Y'all know what the MK is. All right. So here we go. Here we go. I'm going to dive right in. This is called the success cycle. For most people, unfortunately, this is the failure cycle. Well, let's show you what this looks like. You're going to draw. If you can't draw it, that's okay. You just want the words, knowing that this is a cyclical format. But if you can draw it, even better. You're going to draw 4 squares that look just like this. Okay? Someone might be like, well, Mike, that's technically a rectangle, but you know what I mean. All right, there you go. Even if they're not all equal in sides, draw these 4 squares. Okay, okay. All right, first square is you're going to write the word potential. Potential. Potential is what we could do. Potential is what we could do. And every human being's abilities, their potential is unlimited. Bottom right-hand square, write the word results. Results. So potential is what we could do. Results are what we actually do. Would you agree that unfortunately most people's results are not reflecting their true potential? That's unfortunately the case. Let's talk about why. One main reason why is action. Action. Some of us just need to take more action. Some of us are just kind of sitting around hoping the CPO shows up, hoping that set lands on your lap, hoping the push goal happens without you working. Some of us need to take more action. But sometimes, yeah, it can be quantity of action. Sometimes it's quality of action. Some of us are doing maybe not the right things the right ways. If you're running as hard as you can east looking for a sunset, doesn't matter how hard you run east looking for a sunset, you're not going to find the sunset. That's west, right? So it's not just quality or quantity. Sometimes it's quality of action. And sometimes people are doing the right things, but just kind of going through the motions. They're kind of detached. They're just kind of like, oh, you know, it's in the calendar, it's in the schedule, I got to do it. And that could be one reason why results don't reflect potential. But the biggest reason why is this box right here, this square right here. Belief. Belief/certainty. 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 Now, a definition for belief is a feeling of certainty Feeling of certainty, God bless you, about what something means. As you can see, you don't need good handwriting to sell a lot of knives. Feeling of certainty about what something means. That's what that says. Feeling of certainty about what something means. Okay, so if I feel certain in what God means to me as the holy creator, ruler, redeemer, restorer of the universe, I feel certain that's what God means to me. I believe in that. I feel certain in that. Okay, another side note for certainty, or another side note for belief / certainty, is all beliefs carry with them consequences and rewards. All beliefs carry with them consequences and rewards. I promise that word says rewards. All beliefs carry with them consequences and rewards. Even beliefs you don't even know you have. So I know this is kind of a trick question because it's obvious the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Who here has ever been on the second story of a building or higher? We're all on the second story building or higher. Yes, all of us, right? Okay. Did you know that you had a belief that says, well, the floor of this ninth floor is surely secure enough to hold up my weight, so I don't fall to the eighth floor? Did you know that you had that belief? You probably never consciously thought that belief. You probably didn't say to yourself, well, the integrity seems fine. Like you didn't do that when you came up here. But how do you know you have that belief? Because you're up here, right? If you did not believe that, you wouldn't have come up here. Does that make sense? So all beliefs, whether you know they exist or not, carry with them consequences and rewards. A lot of things that keeps people from producing great results is they have limiting beliefs they don't even know they have. They have stories they tell themselves. And the only thing that's keeping you from what you really want in life are the stories you keep telling yourselves why you can't have it. The only thing keeping you from what you really want in life are the stories you keep telling yourselves why you can't have it. Sometimes those stories seem really, really true, and there might be some truth to them. But we tend to take a truth and exaggerate it to an impossible. The biggest reason why people don't have what they want in life are the stories they keep telling themselves why they can't have it. So for most people, this is a failure cycle, unfortunately. Because here's what they do. They go in doubting their beliefs and believing their doubts. So most people, one of the biggest reasons people fail is because they believe their doubts and they doubt their beliefs. They go into something like, oh, geez, I don't know. We'll see if I can maybe do it. I guess I'll give it a shot. And then they talk limited potential, and then they take limited action, and they produce a limited result. Does it stop there? Nope, there's an arrow. It points to belief, right? It's a cycle. So then it's like, oh, geez, yeah, I guess I kind of do suck at this. And then it's less potential, less action, less results, and then even less belief. Oh my gosh, yeah, I am pretty bad. Less potential, less action, less results, and even worse belief. Oh, geez, I'm one of the worst ever at this. FML. And that's why for most people it's a failure cycle. So if the most recent result isn't the best result, does that mean we're doomed for failure? No, it doesn't have to mean that at all. There's a way to turn this around. So I'll use a quick story to illustrate this. There was a guy named Andre Agassi. He was one of the top tennis players in the world. He was like the Michael Jordan of tennis back in the 90s. And at one point he got to #1 in the world. But then he fell to 60th in the world pretty quickly. And so he was like hung up. He was doubting himself. He goes to Tony Robbins, asks for some help, pays the $1 million or whatever it was back then. And Tony helped him to kind of realize that he can get through this. But here was the problem. Here's one of the main problems. You see, Andre had created what's called an associated state. We have mental and emotional states, right? Happy, joyful, glad, sad, angry, annoyed. All these are different types of mental and emotional states. And the mental and emotional states have a lot to do with how we interpret the meaning of these results, right? So another way to think about this is state, story, strategy. State, story, strategy. When someone's in a negative state, another word for belief is a story. So if someone's in a negative state, what kind of stories are they telling themselves about their situation? Negative stories, right? And if they're telling themselves negative stories, do you think that makes their states any better? No, it gets even worse. So if they're telling themselves negative stories while in a negative state, and then if they're going to act on any strategy, it's usually not going to be their best version of themselves. And then guess what? More negative states, more negative stories, and they reinforce, and it's cyclical. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. So let's talk about how do we form our state? What makes states? Let's talk about that. So there's 3 primary things that make a state, that make our state. Number 1 is physiology. Physiology. All right. How we use our body. How we use our body. That's physiology. That's what it says, I promise. All right. Physiology. How we use our body. All right, and there's a couple ways to think about physiology. We can think of long-term physiology, long-term. Okay, so long-term physiology is going to include things like our breathing, how we breathe, water intake, nutrients slash food, exercise slash movement, and sleep. Okay, so this is affecting us moment to moment, how we take care of our body. So breathing, obviously, most of you are breathing. That's good. Water, most people are dehydrated and don't know it. So you want to take a good way to figure out how much water you should drink. This is not 100% accurate, but if you're not going to look more into it, this is a way you can know. Take your body weight, divide that by 2, and that number is the number of ounces you should be drinking per day. So I weigh 180, 90 ounces is my minimum that I should drink a day. Most people are way under this. They're very dehydrated. You change that, you'll have more energy. You'll sell more. Take anything from this talk. Drink more water. All right. Nutrients. Good food. Good food. Most of us just shove calories in our face. It tastes good. We could call this food. Let me shove it in my face. That takes care of the job, right? But we want to take better care of ourselves, right? If you're like, I don't have time to stop for gas. I don't have time to stop for gas. I got places to be. I got goals to hit, destinations to get to. Well, eventually you run out of what?
Yes.
Gas. So you got to take care of the vehicle, aka you, that makes it possible to hit your goals. Make sense? All right. Exercise. Most of us need to be moving a lot more. Daily exercise, at least walking daily. That's good for you. Weightlifting also good for you. And then sleep. Most of us don't take enough advantage of sleep. Most of us downplay sleep. I used to live by the slogan of, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I don't get time to sleep. I got goals to hit. I'll sleep when I'm dead. And then I almost died. I don't recommend that. So sleep is very important. Sleep is very important. Okay, a couple quick thoughts on sleep. When you get enough sleep, when we go into deep sleep, the brain cells shrink, channels open up, and a fluid goes through your brain that cleans out dead cell matter and toxic waste. If we're not getting enough sleep, we're not going through that cleansing process in our brain that leads to more brain fog, irritability, mood swings, etc. So sleep matters. The biggest sleep study in the world was done recently, where they looked at countries that had daylight saving times. And the countries that had daylight saving times, when they got an extra, when they lost an hour of sleep, for the next 2 days, there were 23% more increases in heart attacks. For the countries that did daylight saving times, when they got an extra hour of sleep, there were, for the next 2 days, 21% decrease in heart attacks. It's crazy. Sleep matters. Now, some of you are like, wow, Mike, Kathy had you come out here and deliver a message to tell us to like drink water and sleep. Really? That's why you're here? Yes. Yes, because common sense is seldom common practice. Common sense is seldom common practice. Take care of you. Now, what I'm actually here for is more of this. Short term. Short-term physiology is also breath. For a quick example of breath, I'm going to have you do with me. We're going to go and inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, out the mouth for 8 seconds. Okay? Inhale through the nose for 4, out the mouth for 8. We want to do real seconds, not overachiever seconds. So it's not like, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm done, Mike. I did it. I breathed. Okay? Because this is something that you want to get from, not just get done. All right? So everyone do it with me. We're going to do a 4 count in the nose for 4, out the mouth for 8. Ready, go. Out the air. All right. Now do a diaphragmatic breath, meaning you breathe into the belly more than the top of your lungs. So you're going to breathe more into your belly, then the top of your lungs. So belly first, then the top. Okay. And then on the exhale, act like you're fogging a mirror or window. It's going to do like this. All right. Ready? Ready? Start now. What do y'all notice after doing just 2 of those breaths right now? More relaxed, right? What about mental clarity? Better clarity, right? Less stress. You probably felt your shoulders drop a little bit, less tension. That little exercise I just showed you, what I just showed you, is one of the easiest ways to reduce anxiety. One of the most effective ways to reduce anxiety. You do 5 of those breaths, you can take your anxiety from like a 9 to a 3. And for 4 out the mouth, for 8, fogging around the exhale. All right, so breath, also posture. All right, facial expressions. Breath, posture, facial expressions, gestures, and movements. And then vocal cords. Trust me, that's what it says, vocal cords. All right. So to get a feel for this, God bless you, God bless you. To get a feel for this, let's show you how this works. Let's show you how this works. So if you were to show me right now, I'm asking you to play full out to get the most out of this. If you were to show me sad and defeated, like if you were to show me like the posture and the breathing and the facial expression of like sad and defeated, what do you do with your physiology if you're going to show me sad and defeated? Go ahead, show me, 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 show me. Come on, show me, 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 show me. That's all right. Yeah, vocal cords. Keep showing me, keep showing me. Even more sad and defeated. Show me, show me, show me. Come on, come on, come on. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. What do you do with your posture? You sit up straight when you're sad and defeated, or do you let your head drop? Or your facial expressions down. Keep showing me, keep showing me, keep showing me. You're doing a good job. Keep showing me, keep showing me, keep showing me. God bless you. Keep showing me, keep showing me, keep showing me. How you starting to feel? How you starting to feel?
Bad.
Was my talk that bad? Or was your physiology telling your brain, womp womp? Yes, that was good. Yes, exactly. The physiology is saying we're sad and defeated. And chances are, if you held that long enough, you'll start to think of sad and defeating thoughts. Does that make sense? All right, now if you're to show me anticipating awesome, like anticipating amazing, like someone's about to give you the most amazing thing ever. You're about to hit the biggest goal ever. Like the person you love the most is about to say you're the most amazing person ever. You're about to get the best gift you've ever received ever. What do you do with your physiology then? What do you do with your breath, your posture, your facial expressions, gestures, movements, vocal cords? What do you do with your physiology then? Is it womp womp? What do you do? Show me anticipating awesome. Show me anticipating amazing. Show me, show me, show me, show me. Hold on, Ryan. Hold on. Some of y'all are way better at sad and defeated. Some of y'all are way better at sad and defeated. Probably because you have more practice with it. I'm looking general direction. I'm not looking at anyone specifics. General direction. And I'm not calling you out, I'm calling you up to a higher standard. I'm not calling you out, I'm calling you up to a higher standard. It's easy to be womp womp, poor me, life sucks. Pessimists are more accurate. Optimists are more successful. Why are pessimists more accurate? Because they lower expectations, they half-ass their way to those lower expectations, and they say, see, I knew it was going to suck. I'm right. Optimists are willing to risk disappointment. They're willing to risk being silly. They're willing to risk putting themselves out there. They're willing to risk because then they get success. So if we were to rise above normal and average, as much as it's easy to be sad and defeated, I challenge and invite, encourage you, show me anticipating effing awesome. Show me anticipating effing awesome. What does that look like? Show me. Show me. What do you do with your body? What do you do with your posture? What do you do with your facial expression? What do you do with your energy? What do you do with your breath? Right? Keep showing me. Show me anticipating more awesome. Show me more. What do you do with your face? There you go. Right? Eyebrows touching your hairline and shit. Keep showing me. Yeah, keep showing me, keep showing me. Just a few more seconds. Anticipating awesome. Show me, show me, show me. Show me. Keep showing me. Keep showing me. And how does that feel? Silly and amazing. Right? Just because you've been conditioned to think it's cool to be sad and defeated doesn't mean it's actually cool. Now we're gonna do one more. Some of y'all are familiar with this one. Please quickly, quietly stand up for me. Quickly, quietly stand up for me. You know this is coming now? You know this is coming? All right, here we go. All right, now we're gonna do Superman Wonder Woman pose. You're going to put your hands on your hips, either closed fist or open. All right, either closed fist or open, hands on the hips, and you're gonna have your chest up, shoulders back, like you got a cape flapping behind you. All right, now you want to look. This is key. Pay attention, everyone. You want to look up, and put a smirk on your face. So you're about to fly off and save the world at a 45-degree angle. Look up at a 45-degree angle, and put the smirk on your face that says, "Got this, got this." Got this. It's not the big anticipating awesome goofy grin like your eyebrows touching your hairline, but like that little smirk that says, yeah, got this. All right, go ahead, keep showing me. Keep it up, 45-degree angle. I know this is silly, but successful people are willing to be successful, aka silly. Keep looking, 45 degrees, keep the smirk, you gotta keep the smirk. Oh, there's a volcano in Hawaii, I'll be right there. I got this. Keep it going. Oh, there's an earthquake in Argentina. I'll be right there. I got this. Keep it going. Keep the smirk. You gotta keep the smirk. Come on. I know you're like, I don't want to smile. I like being mad and mean. Keep it going. There we go. There we go. Keep it going. Oh, an asteroid's about to crash into the Earth. It's okay. I got this. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. How you starting to feel? You ready to take on the volcano? How you starting to feel, y'all? Superman. What was that? 50K, SC2, yeah, right? Here we go. Stopping volcanoes, selling 50K, it's all the same. All right? Do you feel it? Do you feel a little bit of confidence going up? Energy going up. I got this feeling, right? All right, thanks. You got a seat. Great job, great job, great job. So what that was is called the Superman Wonder Woman pose. Harvard did a study on called power postures. And what they essentially found is when you hold that for 2 minutes, we didn't even 2 minutes. When you hold that for 2 minutes, testosterone in the bloodstream goes up 20%. That's a drive chemical. Okay, it's like I'm gonna get this done, make it happen, energy chemical. And then cortisol, stress hormone, goes down 25%. So it increases drive, lowers stress, and they found you're 33% more likely to take on a risk. Just 2 minutes, 2 minutes like this, 33% more likely to take on a risk. To ask for that big order, ask for 100 reps, ask that person out on a date. You what? You should do that in Vegas. Yes, I'm not here to promote gambling, but if that's your choice, yes, you can use it for good, for powers of good, however you want to use it. So, yes. So I don't know if it's going to increase your likelihood of winning, but you're more likely to risk at Vegas. Okay. All right. So notice how that was a different energy, because you're up and open instead of closed and down. Up and open instead of closed and down. Which one of those three that we just did is more common? Closed and down, sad and defeated. It's not because everyone's sad and defeated, although there's a lot more sadness than defeatedness, but it's also because it's easier and we're all on our phones like this. So because we're all down here in screens all the time, we're like, oh my gosh, why do I feel so bad? I don't know, because you're like this all damn day. And this is telling you life sucks. And then when you doom scroll, it's like, see, I knew it sucks. Right? So Andre Agassi, he was like, oh man, I lost. I can't win. So he had bad physiology. The second thing, I know I'm all over the place here. Second thing that controls our state, I should say, is focus. What we put our energy towards, what we focus on. What we focus on, we feel. A whole other talk that I give that I don't have time to get today touches a lot on this. You've heard me, some of you mentioned, say this. What you focus on, you feel. So for example, your feet might be touching the ground, or wherever your feet are touching. And chances are your feet were there before I said anything, but when did you start feeling your feet?
You focus on
right now, because you're focused on them, right? What's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. What's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. The brain's primary function is protection and survival, so it looks for what's wrong. But we can override that program by looking more for what's right. All right, and then a third thing that determines our state is language. Language, especially our language patterns. Language, promise that's what that says, language. Language patterns, all right? So we gotta be mindful of the words we're using. So Andre Agassi, he's like, oh man, I suck, I'm losing tennis. I feel like I lost my touch. Maybe it's time for me to move on. Maybe it's time for me to give up tennis. I lost my touch. So his physiology was down, dragging his feet, womp womp. His focus was on losing matches. His language was, I suck, I lost my touch. Those are reinforcing beliefs, meanings. And so he's going to keep staying in the failure cycle until it was turned around. Here's another quick example of language. I need a volunteer, someone I've never met before. Someone I've never met before. To be fair, because I remember seeing you. So I want to see someone I've never seen before. Okay, I'll just have you right here, right in the front. What's your name?
Yes,
Mark. Mark, coming up, Mark. Let's give Mark a round of applause. Let's Mark, everybody. Nice to meet you. All right, Mark, you'll face me. You're gonna face me. Okay. Are you right-handed or left-handed? Right-handed. Okay, hold your left hand out. All right, now just resist me pushing down. Resist. Okay, Mark works out. All right, good. Okay. Now, Mark, you're gonna put your arm out again, and you're just gonna say I am and just state your full name. Go ahead.
I am Mark Garrett Williamson.
Keep saying it.
I am Mark Garrett Williamson.
Keep saying it.
I am Mark Garrett.
And resist me pushing down when you say it. Keep saying it.
Mark Garrett Williamson.
Okay.
I am Mark Garrett Williamson.
Even stronger. Now you're gonna say I am Megan the Stallion. Okay. Back it out. Go ahead.
I am Megan the Stallion.
Say it again.
I am Megan the Stallion.
Say it again.
I am Megan the Stallion.
Keep saying it. Resist me pushing down. Keep saying it.
I am Megan the Stallion.
Okay. That's a little easier to push down. Okay. All right. Back out. All right. This time you're gonna say I'm very weak and puny.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm very weak at puking.
Say it again.
I'm very weak at puking.
Say it again.
I'm very weak.
Keep
at
saying it.
I'm
Resist
very
me pushing down. Keep saying it.
I'm very weak at
Keep saying it.
I am very weak at
Keep saying it.
I am very weak at
That was pretty easy. All right. And then one more. You're doing great. One more time.
Yeah.
This time you're gonna say, I'm super strong and powerful.
I'm super strong and powerful.
Again.
I'm super strong and powerful.
Again.
I'm super strong and
Keep
powerful.
saying it.
I'm
Resist me pushing down. Keep saying it.
super strong and powerful.
Keep saying it.
I'm super strong and powerful.
Keep saying it.
I'm super strong and powerful.
Let's see there. Super strong. Ah, let's go. All right, Mark. Good stuff. Pretty crazy, right? It's really cool, right? Now, sometimes I'll have like a skeptic in the audience be like, I don't know about that. Wait a minute, Mike, was that real? Is Mark in on it? Is he a plant? I've never met Mark, and if you doubt it, just come talk to me. I'll do the same thing to you. It works every time. I've done that in front of audiences of 1,000 people. I would not do that in front of 1,000 people if I didn't know it was gonna work. Right? It works every time. Why does that work? Every single time. Why? Because I am are the most powerful words in our language. And whatever we say after I am, we start to become more of. I am are the most powerful words in our language, and what we say after I am, we start to become more of. Even biblically, God is referred to at times as the I am. It's powerful. And most of us are unaware of the power, and most of us are kind of using the power against ourselves. I'm tired, I'm lazy, I'm undisciplined, I'm disorganized, I'm horrible, I'm this, I'm that, and we're just beating ourselves up. The words that come to your mouth, especially after I am, are strengthening or weakening every cell in the body. Words that come after I am are strengthening or weakening every cell in the body. So choose your I ams wisely. Now, someone might actually be tired. And if you are tired, cool, you can say I'm tired, but if you keep saying I'm tired, I'm sorry, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm sorry, I'm tired, you take a little truth and you just pour weight on it and make it way more impossible to do anything about. Okay? Okay. Angela, I was about to share something I don't think you've heard before, but if you gotta get going, I respect it, I understand it. But either way, I'm about to share something I don't think you've heard before. So either way, I get it. I appreciate you. All right, so language patterns. The biggest thing that controls focus is the quality of our questions. The quality of our questions equal the quality of our life. What we focus on has everything to do with the questions we ask ourselves. And most of us ask really crappy questions. So you want to think of questions as cause and effect. Most of us ask questions that put us on the affected side of cause and effect. Why is this happening to me? Why can I ever figure this out? Why can I get enough recommendations? Why can I ever close sets? We ask questions that put us on the affected side of cause and effect. And instead of that, we want to think of life as happening for us, not to us. Life is happening for us, not to us. And I say that as someone who's been through traumatic, messed up, screwed up, unfair things. But even the worst of the worst that I've been through, I maybe didn't feel it right in that moment, but I can see they happen for me, not to me. Life is happening for us, not to us. We want to ask questions that put us on cause instead of effect. Because your brain's like Google, type in a crappy question, you're gonna get a crappy answer. So it's like, dude, why can't I get enough recommendations? Do calculating crappy question, do calculating crappy answer, because we suck and no one likes you. Oh, thanks a lot, brain. So we want to ask better quality questions. So instead of why can't I get Rex, we want to ask, who do I know that's good at getting Rex? And how can I learn from them? How can I get better at getting Rex? How is this happening for me, not to me? How will the best version of myself respond to this? How is this helping me grow? How is this helping me help other people? The more we can come up with those types of questions, the better answers we're going to get that put us more on cause instead of effect, of cause and effect. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, another quick language thing. And then I'll come to the part that you haven't seen as well. Another quick language thing. So, let's see. Can you do me a favor? Can you try to pick up this water bottle for me? I appreciate it. What's your name, by the way? Dolores. It's Dolores. Everybody, Dolores. I appreciate you picking it up, Dolores. I didn't ask that though. Can you try to pick it up for me? I appreciate you picking it up. I didn't ask that though. Can you try to pick it up for me? I appreciate you almost touching it, but then not touching it. But I didn't ask that. Can you try to pick it up for me? Okay, I appreciate you slowly lifting it, but I didn't ask that. Can you try to pick it up for me? Are you confused yet? Okay, cool. This confuses everyone. This confuses everyone. So you're not alone. This confuses everyone. I promise I'm not picking on you. This confuses everyone. So, by the way, quick little meaning of confusion. Most of the time when we feel confused, we run away. But what if confusion means you're about to learn something? So you lean in instead. I did this with my dad. My dad was a brilliant man before he passed. He got a PhD in organic chemistry from Harvard. So he was a super smart guy. And this totally confused my dad too. I said, Dad, can you try to pick up the shoe? He picks up the shoe. I said, Dad, I didn't ask you to pick it up. I said, can you try to pick it up? He picks it up again. I said, Dad, I didn't ask you to pick it up. I said, try to pick it up. He then takes it and he shakes it and goes, Urgh. I said, I appreciate you shaking it, making weird grunt noise. I didn't ask that. I said, can you try to pick it up? He then hovers his hand over it like he can't touch it. I said, I appreciate you having your hand. I didn't ask that. I said, can you try to pick it up? He picks it up again. I said, I didn't ask that. I said, can you try to pick it up? We went back and forth for like 5 minutes because he was super stubborn. And then finally I was like, Dad, I can't do it anymore. I just gotta tell you. I can't do it anymore. I said, Dad, there is no try. Either did or didn't, do or don't, will or won't. There is no try. Either did or didn't, do or don't, will or won't. And I'm thinking my dad's gonna be like, wow, Michael, that's really good. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That's what I was expecting. Nope, he just walks off. And I'm like, what? What the heck? What? I thought that was cool. What? No acknowledgement? What? Hours later, I'm in my parents' kitchen. And he says to my mom, he goes, Sandy, you hear that? The old cuckoo clock in the kitchen's working. You want to know why? He said, it's working because I quit trying to fix the damn thing. I've been trying to fix that clock for 8 months. I just went and fixed it in 5 minutes. And when he said that, my mind went, because I thought of this quote. I thought, wow, when we stop trying and start doing, we can turn months into minutes. When we stop trying and start doing, we can turn months into minutes. Why is that? Why is that? Because your brain does not know what try means. Your brain doesn't know what try means. The only time we ever use try is when we're uncertain of an outcome. So we're uncertain of an outcome. You don't say, I'm going to try to pick up the water bottle you know you can pick up. You don't say, I'm going to try to drive to the office when you can drive to the office. If you ever find yourself saying, I'm going to try to drive, you should not be driving. So we only say it when we're uncertain of an outcome because it gives us a false sense of certainty. A false sense of certainty that says, well, even if I fail, at least I can say I try. But here's the problem. Your brain doesn't know what it means. It creates confusion and incongruent energy. I'll show you very quickly. I'm going to have everyone say out loud, I'm going to try to stand up. You're going to say out loud, I'm going to try to stand up. You'll stand up, you'll complete the standing, but just notice how it feels. So everyone say out loud, I'm going to try to stand up, and just notice how it feels when you stand. Go for it. Okay, you did it. Good job, completed it. All right, have a seat. Have a seat. Okay. You even heard the back there. Okay. All right. Now you're going to say with absolute certainty, you're going to say, I'm standing up. With absolute certainty, I'm going to stand up. With absolute certainty. Go for it. What was different? What?
A lot more energy standing up.
A lot more energy, more confidence. You popped up. You didn't hear the in the background, right? Here's why. Here's why. Because when you said I'm going to try to stand up, your brain goes, does that mean we're going to stand or not stand? Does that mean we even want to stand? I don't know. Do we want to stand? I guess we're going to stand. Okay. And you're fighting yourself. It's like incongruent energy. When you say with absolute certainty, I'm going to stand, all of you is congruent. All of you stood up because all of you are moving in the same direction. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Grab a seat, grab a seat, grab a seat. So very quickly, I'm going to have you say, I'm trying, because the captain of the ship is the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the captain of the ship. The unconscious mind is the ship and its crew. Which of those is doing most of the work to get to the destinations? The ship and the crew. But most of us are really shitty captains. We got to be better captains. Okay? So I'm going to have you state your SC2 goal. If you don't know what it is, come up with it right now. And I'm going to say out loud, I'm going to try to hit my SC2 goal. So everyone say, I'm going to try, and then say your SC2 goal. Go for it. And how does that feel? Good luck with that shit, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's like the captain saying, hey, crew, let's try to get to that destination. The crew's like, you sure, captain? Are we really? All right, now you're going to replace try with the word need. I need to sell whatever that number is. Go for it. That probably feels stronger than try, but for most people, it's anxiety inducing. It's pressure. It's like, I need to sell it. And that's like the crew saying, oh my gosh, we need to get to that destination. And they're bumping into each other, dropping tools, breaking stuff. All right, now replace need with wants. Go for it.
I want to sell it.
For most people, that feels better than need, but it still feels distant, like it's a thing out there, like maybe, hopefully so. Now replace it with choose. I'm choosing to. Now go say, I'm choosing to sell whatever that is. Say that again. Say it again.
I'm choosing to sell.
How does that feel?
Really good.
Way better because it's agency. It's you taking ownership. It's your choice. It's not your manager. It's not some thing you got to pay for. It's your choice. And when you take back that choice, it creates more certainty, more confidence, more motivation in the brain. So choose your words wisely and use the word choice. I'm choosing to hit my goals. I'm choosing to do this. I'm not trying, I'm not needing, I'm not wanting, I'm choosing. You do that, it'll launch you into far better results. All right? So, quick little story here, quick little story. When I first started selling Cutco, actually, before I tell that story, I'll tell you this. So one day I was walking by, have they ever heard of the 3 bricklayers? Okay, all right. One day I was walking by and I saw these 3 guys laying bricks. I first said, hey man, what are you doing? He's like, dude, I'm just laying bricks, man. I gotta pay the bills somehow. Okay, cool. You know, laying bricks, pay the bills. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, cool. Second guy, hey man, what are you doing? He's like, oh man, we build structures. That's what I do for my career. Okay, cool. Ask the third guy, hey man, what are you doing? Now keep in mind, he's doing the exact same thing as the first 2. Exact same thing, right? But he's like, oh man, I'm getting to lay these bricks down as precisely as possible. Because together we're building this huge, beautiful cathedral where families from all this community are going to come together, worship their creator, and they come together, build an even better community. Now, the one that was just paying bills, the first one, there's nothing wrong with that. Why do most people get a job? Make money, pay bills, spending cash. Nothing wrong with that. But if you had to guess, which one of those 3 is probably doing a better job? The third one. And which one of those 3 is probably up for a promotion and pay very soon? Let's make more money for spending cash and paying bills. The third one. And which one of those 3 is probably the most fulfilled with the work they're doing? The third one. Because they're connected to purpose. They're connected to a bigger picture, a purpose. We think, oh man, I got to figure out my life's purpose. Let me climb a Tibetan mountain and meditate with a monk for 10 years straight. And if you want to find purpose that way, cool, but you don't have to find purpose that way. And you don't have to know your life's purpose in order to live a purposeful life. You can just be intentional and find meaning in whatever it is you do. You can find the meaning that matters to you in whatever you do. So you don't have to know your life's purpose in order to live a purposeful life. So some people ask, like, Mike, how'd you sell the 100K in 17 days, 15 days? I'm going to tell you right now. I call it my 3 pillars of value. I'm connected to why this provides so much value to my customers. I call it my 3 pillars of value. I recommend capturing this. I'm going to go a little fast with this. It might be a little too fast, and I'm going to send a recording to Kathy that she can send to the rest of y'all if you don't capture all this in notes, okay? So here's the 3 pillars of value. First pillar I call superior quality value. Superior quality value. According to Modern Marvels and the History Channel, we're the world's sharpest knives. Most important function of the knife is to cut. That makes us the highest performing product of its kind on the planet. The highest performing product of its kind on the planet. Now, I don't know about most of your customers. Most of my customers are not going to be able to afford most things that are the highest performing products of the kind on the planet. Like highest performing watches and cars are tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Kitchen appliances, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most of my customers would never get that stuff, but they could afford Cutco. So I had the privilege, the honor, opportunity to help my customers get something like the only thing with the highest performing product of this kind on the planet that they'd ever own. So that's superior quality value. Second pillar is extremely practical value. How often do people use knives?
Every day.
Every day, their whole life. And because of our guarantee, if they drop it 20 years from now, it breaks, so they have to pay for a new one. They get it replaced for free. That's insane. That's incredibly, extremely practical. Every day, your whole life, and after I pay for it again? That's extremely practical. Cutco's not a luxury item reserved only for the rich and famous. It's a practical item everyone should own. Rich, famous, middle class, lower class, it doesn't matter class. It just makes sense. It's so practical. You're using it every day, your whole life, never have to pay for it again? That's insane. Third pillar illustrated this way. The average American cooks 50 years of their life. After those 50 years, the customers say to us, Cutco, well, Cutco, you sure be really good all these decades, but I'm no longer cooking with you, so it's into the trash with you. Is that what they do?
No.
What do? Pass it down to their kids or grandkids. Now get this, their kids have highest performing products on the planet. Every day their whole life and never have to pay for it. Plus, they get the sentimental value of every time they cook for their family, they think about how mom or grandma cooked a meal for them. At that third pillar, I call it sentimental generational value. Sentimental generational value. Sentimental generational value. We're one of the few professions in the world that can say what we do for our customers, is in 2 hours or less, make every day of the rest of their life better. What we do for our customers is make every day of the rest of their life better in 2 hours or less. Now I get it, we're not curing cancer, we're not fixing broken marriages, but we sure as heck making their kitchen life better for the rest of their life, and that's where a lot of people spend a lot of their life. When you guys are in your 70s, 50-something years from now, 50-something years from now, when you're in your 70s, and you're on your front porch with your grandkids, swinging your hover swing, because there'll be hover swing technology by then, there will still be families using Cutco they bought from you this push. When you're a grandparent in your 70s. There will still be families using Cutco. They bought from you this push this summer. Is that a little value or a lot of value? Massive value. Massive value. And guys, I don't give this speech to my customers. I'm like, Miss Jones, have a seat. I don't do this, but I know this, I feel this, and my customers know it and feel it too. Does that make sense? That's why I had an $1,800 average order, 92% closing. That's how. What's really cool about that bricklayer story is when that first bricklayer heard the third, he thought to himself, you know, I never thought of it that way, never heard it that way, never had the words to articulate it that way. Now that I heard him say that about building a better community, that's pretty cool. That's what we're doing here. And the first bricklayer became more like the third. And one last story, and then I got to wrap up. Here's the last story I'll share. When I first started selling Cutco, I had a story, I believe. And that story was, I can make sales, but I can't get recs. I can make sales, but I can't get recs. Where did that come from? Well, because of my first few demos, I had some results. And those results were some sales and no recommendations. So I had to change that story. I had to rewrite that story. So here's how we rewrite a story. There's 3 ways to change the subconscious mind. Number 1 is repetition. 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 Number 2 is emotional intensity / trauma. Number 3 is authoritative source. Number 1, repetition. Number 2, emotional intensity / trauma. Number 3, authoritative source. So when we apply emotion to a repetition and say something over and over with emotion and repetition, we can rewire the brain. So I then started saying, well, I get sales and get Rex all day, every day. I get sales and Rex all day, every day. My brain goes, BS, no, you don't. Check your track record, bro. Why does the brain do this? Because your brain does not care about you or your success or your happiness or your relationships. It just wants to run the program and be right. And it wants to protect you, protection survival, it wants to protect your ego from being wrong. So it doesn't want to say, no, that's not the program. The program is I can get sales, but no Rex. So I had to override that program. So I had to reinforce over and over and over. I get sales Rex all every day. I get sales Rex all every day. Eventually my brain goes, oh yeah, I get sales Rex all every day. Because I didn't care what the program is. Just wants to run the program. But I also had to change another belief. And this is key, and this is why I'm sharing it. I believed I was bothering people when I was asking for Rex. I believed I was bothering people when I was asking for Rex. And here's the thing. Whenever you're the authority, however you feel about something will always influence how they feel about it. The customer is the authority over their purchase decision and their credit cards, but you're the authority of the demo. It's your presentation. And so if I felt like I was bothering them, what do you think that made them feel? Bothered. It starts with you, not them. So I had to change that belief. And I realized, this is what I changed it to. I believe I'm helping people. I changed it to I'm helping people. Well, how did I do that? How did I go from bothering people to I'm helping them? Well, first of all, do you like helping people? Do you guys like helping people? Do you feel good, right? Do you think your customers like helping people? Yeah, probably so. They're doing a demo with you. So they're probably people who like helping people, right? So I realized I'm just helping them help people they know get those 3 pillars. Because that one customer in that one demo with me, the only one that deserves the chance to get those 3 pillars of value I just mentioned? Do other people deserve at least a chance to see those 3 pillars? Yeah. So I realized all I'm doing is I'm helping someone who likes helping people, help people they know. Their neighbors, their friends, their work colleagues, their church members, their family members. I'm just giving them a chance to help people, give these people a chance to deserve. They deserve to see these 3 pillars of Cutco, to see if it's right for them. So then, and you're not going to have time to write this. I'm going to send this in a recording to Kathy so she can send it out to you. But even in my approach, if someone's like, oh, I don't really know anyone that's going to buy, I say this. I'd say, Miss Jones, I'm not looking for people you know for sure will buy. Because honestly, no one knows if they're going to buy it until they see it themselves. I've had people write down a name and number and be like, oh, this person's going to buy everything. And they bought nothing. I've had a person write down a name and number and be like, this person's frugal, they're tight with their money, they're not going to buy a thing. And they've been like a 5K order. So no one knows if you're going to get it until you see it yourself, Miss Jones. So I'm not looking for people you know for sure will buy. I'm just looking for anyone who breathes air, eats food, and has a pulse. If you know anyone else who breathes air, eats food, and has a pulse, they'd be perfect. Ha ha ha. Really all I'm looking for, and this is the line that I'll send all this that I'm saying now to Kathy. Really all I'm looking for is anyone who you think deserves the chance to see Cutco for themselves so they can decide if it's right for them. All I'm looking for is anyone who you think deserves a chance to see Cutco for themselves so they can decide if it's right for them. So then years later, a guy named Sean Henry came up to me, and Sean Henry had just sold 30K in his first month. He's like, hey man, I'm running out of recs. I can make sales, but I can't get recs. I was told you can help me with this. I said, it's cool, Sean, I can help you. And I told Sean everything I just told you. And then I told him this. I said, Sean, you have to be absolutely certain you're going to get wrecks. Absolutely certain. You have to be absolutely certain that you're helping people. Let me tell you how certain you've got to be. I said, Sean, and I just came up with this off the top of my head. I said, Sean, did you run over to a window this morning, throw the blinds open, and say to yourself, oh gosh, I hope the sun rises today, because if it's not, it's going to be a really cold and dark day. And he goes, no, I didn't do that. So I said, you were so certain that someone was going to rise. You didn't double check it. You didn't make sure. You didn't question it. You didn't doubt it. You just knew it was going to happen, right? It's just going to happen. He's like, yeah, I knew it was going to happen. I said, cool. What about tonight, Sean? You're going to run over the window, throw the blinds open, and say to yourself, oh gosh, I hope the sun sets tonight, because if not, it's going to be really hot and bright night. And he goes, no, I'm not going to do that. So I said, you're so certain the sun's going to set. You're not going to double check. You're going to make sure. You're not going to question it. You're not going to doubt it. You just know it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. He's like, yeah, it's going to happen. I said, cool. Our business is actually really much the same as the sun rising and the sun setting. We just kind of overcomplicate it. Let me tell you how our business works. It's very similar to the sun rising and sun setting. Here's how our business works. You see, first, we make calls. Then we get demos. Then we make sales. Then we get recs. What happens after that? Well, then we make calls. And then we get demos. And then we make sales. And then we get recs. What happens after that? Well, then we make calls. Then we get demos. Then we make sales. Then we recs. Then we make calls. Then we get demos. Then we make sales. Then we recs. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. And when you know it's just what happens, your customers know. It's just what happens. And then I freestyled this off the top of my head. I said, so Sean, the sun rises, the sun sets, you get sales, you get recs. It was off the dome. The sun rises, the sun sets, you get sales, you get recs. It's just what happens. The sun rises, the sun sets, you get sales, you get recs. It's just what happens. Sean started in May. He finished the #1 rep in the nation in 8 months. The next year, he won #1 rep in the nation again. He was the first rep in company history to win back-to-back Silver Cup national championships in a row. He then, quote unquote, retired to go help his dad start a company. I say quote unquote because he came back. But he quote unquote retired and started a company with his dad. He pointed to a stack of notebooks in his office. He said, hey man, I don't know if you remember this, man, but you told me sun rises, sun sets, I get sales for Rex. You see those notebooks? There's 5 of them stacked up in the corner. He said, those are the people I never even had a chance to call. I was like, what? He's like, I never even touched those books because I had so many reps. I was like, wow. Sean came back and now he's selling over $500,000 a year. And I and Sean were just as special as everyone in this room. You all are capable of it. If you just believe. I can do it. I'm certain. I'm helping people. You'll tap more potential, take even better actions, memorize your script more, go through the approach even more effectively, and guess what? Bam, you get sales and get recs. And does it stop there? It's a cycle. Okay, man, I'm pretty good at this whole Cutco thing. All right. More potential, better action, better results. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Bye, Angel. Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to hit my 20K. I'm going to hit my 30K. I'm going to hit my 50K. Let's go. More belief, more potential, more action, better results. And that is how you turn it into a success center. So guys, thank you, Kathy, for having me. I didn't know what time I started. Forgive me if I'm running a little long. We're going to do a celebrate with Mike to wrap up. We're going to celebrate what we just learned. For those that don't know what this is, we only think we can celebrate drunk at a sporting event. But we're better than that, all right? So we're going to celebrate like we just won the Super Bowl, the World Series, the Stanley Cup, the World Cup, every cup you could possibly win, including a silver cup. And the reason why we do this is because it locks the information in your brain. If we celebrate what we just learned, your brain's like, oh shit, remember that. And you'll more likely to recall it and use this information. So do you want to be smarter, better, faster? All right, so everyone get up with me. And even if you're more of an introvert, which I actually am more of an introvert, believe it or not, I've strengthened my extrovert muscle. But even if you're more of an introvert, there's a little part of you inside of you that's going to say, let me out, please. Let me out, please. So we're going to celebrate like we just won the most important thing ever. Okay? All right? If you just stand there not celebrating, you're going to be the weird one. Okay? So on the count of 3, celebrate like the World Series, Silver Cup, Super Bowl, NBA Finals, all the things. On the count of 3, guys. Ready? 1. Show me what H-Town's about. Don't make me go to another part of this country and find people better at this. All right? 1, 2. Get a little bounce in your stuff. Like it's the Super Bowl. And we don't have to be drunk for it. 1, 2, 3, go! 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 Great job, everyone. Bring this energy to your phone time. Bring this energy to your push. Make the rest of the summer the best of summer. Thank you so much for having me. Kathy's got an announcement, I'm sure, here.
Yes, two things. One, your managers are gonna wanna see you real quick, and everyone from the pilot district, it's Laura's, Peeps, Josh, Peeps, all of us, we're meeting over here really quick. But I do wanna say this, we didn't get to put it up, I was gonna say, one of the managers, if you can email it, we can pop it up on the slide, because we're gonna have something through the end of tonight. We're gonna pay for an overnight conference, we're gonna pay for a free conference. For anyone, I know, there's a good chunk of you that have already signed up for SE2, but for those who haven't signed up, we are gonna be giving a free away for anyone who's signed up by tonight. So if managers, Millie, can someone grab the QR code, so you can email it to me? I think you have to do it, Jacob, gulfcoastvector@gmail, please, gulfcoastvector@gmail. We're gonna pop it up. I'm gonna open it and pop it up on the screen, so you can scan the QR code and just fill that out. If you fill that out today, do it before you leave. We are gonna put you guys in a drawing, and we will announce tonight in the group the winner of the free conference. And we're also gonna do a free Cutco giveaway, cool? So I'm gonna pop that up in just a moment. Please scan that before you go. So that, oh, okay, hold on. I know we ran late today. Hopefully you guys got some great stuff, some great value. Thank you, Mike, so much again. I'm like, I can't cut him off. I just love hearing him speak. We have that. Thank you. There we go. There's the code. Go ahead and scan that sucker right there. All right. So you guys can get into that drawing, scan it for the conference, fill it in. We're going to be giving away a free conference tonight. And we're going to do a Cutco giveaway as well. All right. So if you guys can fill that out, check in with your managers real quick. Here are the last things. Number one, everyone here should be meeting with your manager sometime this week. So find out when you're going to have a personal consultation or if there's a group meeting. Number two, solidify your commitment for Alliance. What level, what are you excited about? And then are you committed to be part of the actual Alliance who's meeting every day? We're going to have some accountability groups. We're going to have some fun with it. This is our favorite time of the year. We want to help and support you guys. All day call day. Make sure to talk to your managers. I walk through the schedule. And making sure that you guys are ready to dominate. But the more we do before Sunday, the more impactful the week will be. So I want to make sure you guys have that. And everybody should have 10 to 1 on Monday morning for our kickoff event. Cool. Talk to your managers. Some are hosting that locally, and they're going to be streaming from the local offices. And I know some people are going to be doing that virtually. So whatever it is, we're gonna be, online streaming, but 10 to 1 on Monday will be our kickoff event. And y'all, it is on. Every division is meeting this week. This week is Momentum Week. And I'm so excited to see how you guys, expand yourselves, the growth that we have during this process, and not forgetting that it's about the journey, not just the destination. And it's incredible to see what happens. And if you put in your best effort, you commit to growth, and you just learn, that's a win. At the end going, wow, I didn't give up. For some of you in this room, the win of the push is going to be that you committed to be part of the Alliance or be part of this group, and you gave your best all the way until the very end. No matter what happened, you didn't quit. When it got hard, you didn't quit. And that is going to be a huge win for you to own that and have a new belief system in that when things get tough, I don't quit. All right. And that's a great thing to build. And there's a lot of other reasons why some of you guys might be pushing. And I want you guys to think about that. The sales, they're going to be all over the place. We're going to see some huge reports, meeting reports, whatever, but it's about you growing, you expanding, and you setting yourself up for whatever is the next chapter of your life. And I know, because I've been here 23 years, so many people that talk about these next 2.5 weeks, the push period, and the impact that that's had on them. And Mike can tell you for years to come, mentally, emotionally, financially, what they were able to do, invest, whatever. It's incredible the stories we get to hear about this time period. So for those who are going through it for the first time, you don't know what you don't know. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. Talk to your managers, commit yourself to whatever it is with them, and really commit yourself to growth. That's what I would say. So drive safe. See your managers real quick before we go, and fill this out so you can get into the drawing. We're going to be doing that. I'll do that before I leave here today. I'm going to do the drawing. So fill that out real quick. All right.
Let's give Kathy a round. Hey guys, I'm gonna put my email up here if y'all want to reach out. And I can also send you some content that might be really valuable.
Is John here? The quill is not working, or it's not letting you submit?
The code is, no, it won't let me submit.
Call John and ask him if it's the right thing. My group, pilot, over here, please.
Yeah.
Text your manager if you wanna get signed up. Right now.
Let me put this up here for people real quick.
What's up? I saw y'all there, I was like,
My email, if you want to reach out, I can send you some info, leave your name, your first sale, please. It's written, we'll be getting our.
Looks like you were doing this.
Thank
Did
you.
you guys, did you tell anyone that you were taking those jobs?
Yeah, yeah. Are you heading out like right now? Couple minutes? Okay, cool. All right, let me just like address people coming in and we'll make sure I get that better here before we, yeah. So good seeing you. Yeah.
Alright, really quick.
Hold on 1 second. I don't want to interrupt your manager. Sorry. I'm talking to you. Everybody else? Are you, is this your manager? Oh, okay. Yeah, go listen and then come back to me. What's your name? Christian? Nice to meet you. Appreciate it. Thank you. How's it going? What's your name? Eric? Aaron. My bad. Yeah. Did we? Okay. All right. Look a little familiar, but good to meet you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Aaron. Appreciate it. Yeah. And like I said, it's gonna, Mike's on that end. Also, if you want to capture that. And Mike. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah,
All of you guys.
Put it in writing, right? Mike, 225K. That's the projection. Have to be honest. Have to be honest.
Nice to meet you.
200,000.
Doing it, guys. We're excited. Thank you so much for the time. If there's any nuggets, you guys want to understand.
I'm on. Yeah, I know for me, I only do the best, I'll get a ton of things down and it's like the biggest thing is like, where it's back, like tonight, read it down. And by the way, don't try to implement everything that you. Like your next demo should not be. But, like, that's why you have Millie, right? Everybody are gone, right? You can have some real need, come talk to me about it. Implement this, right? Choose 3 things. Tonight, choose 3 things, star it. You're done. Okay, next demo, I'm doing this. If it's literally just asking questions, attacking people, right? If it's like,
Yeah,
no,
it's a process. It's not an immediate switch, but you just
right?
catch yourself, come back, catch yourself, come back. So, yeah, we can't always control
Right,
the
so
first time.
3
Better
things,
control the next.
start on your notes, and then come talk to your manager about it, or manager about it in your PC, that should happen. And control it. But after this time,
Okay, guys, we're really proud of you guys. We're gonna end with the business agreement here in a minute, so we're getting excited. It's always less than
No way, I was like, oh my god.
Monday started. Yeah, look at
smart game time.
When I knew there was levels to this type of thing, I didn't wanna say like.
But I wanna see everybody come back work hard, right? I wanna see everybody. Stay in the night, guys. I wanna see
Come on,
everybody.
Steve. That means a lot, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Like I said, if you want to send me an email, we can connect. I know it's hard to read. It's Mike Lonzetta, MikeLonzetta, MikeLonzetta, yahoo.com. Leave your name, your office, your manager, your sales, like stuff to help me know who we are. Yeah, I'll send you some more content.
Holiday, Sunday.
Appreciate you, Steve. Thanks so much, man. And honor you doing what you need to do.
All right, guys.
Help your mom,
Thank you so much.
siblings.
Now we're gonna get quick.
Honorable. We'll leave- So, click next week.
Very much.
Believe me.
Y'all are gonna go. Thank you,
All right.
guys. Yes, I can't, yeah, I can't sign up
Baiting?
directly. It's something I go out.
Feigning life of faking it.
Um,
There's a truth to it. So
where you-
here's a better. So most people get confidence through the competence loop. So the more you recognize you can do something well, the more confident you feel you can do it. The more confident you feel you can do it, the better you do at it. The better you do at it, the more confident you feel. So it's competence loop.
Hey,
And
y'all.
that's one way to do it, sure. But even before we get competent, we can be confident in our intentions to serve. So if you truly have intention to serve, like you actually want to help people, and that's truly your intentions, you can be very confident in your intentions. So you can tap into that before the competition kicked in. So if you have a good intention, confident in that, do Superman pose, that can give you enough confidence, and then the competition kicked in, and then that confidence will lead to even more actual focus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your name. Nice to meet you, Jeff. Yeah. Feel free to reach out. Oh, I appreciate that. What's your name? Adam? Nice to meet you, Adam. Thank you. Oh, yeah. That's a good way to do it, yeah. Shorter explanation. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay.
Wanna get in front?
Alright. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I heard it. I literally called you out. I'm like, where you going? Like, oh, were you?
Yeah, I was gonna, I'll say like you've been here like.
Straight in the car.
All of Sunday, all like, I'm calling all day. Like, that's what Sunday is. Like, Sunday is I'm calling all day to book up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, those 4 days, well, actually, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you get asked, oh, shit. Like, hey, I literally called you out. While you're having a tire, like everything, like, but like you said, guys, not gonna shoot. I like this dude, so.
I would say,
I'm gonna talk to. Kathy about your-
firstly, tap into the most confidence you've ever been. Like, memorize the approach. Like, go through it. So like when you say it, you're like,
Oh, yeah,
there's a confidence, there's ease, there's a comfortability. Because you're saying people don't feel comfortable,
drive safe.
right? So the more comfortable you feel, the more comfortable they'll feel. Right? That's the first thing I would say. And Steve like that, that's like our discussion.
Yes,
You'd be surprised how much it adds to kind of your discomfort, understandably, right? Especially if you haven't been in time, right? So see if you can tap into that, and then through that confidence and comfortability, then you can like reassure. Hey, I don't, I don't like numbers either, right? Yeah, I'm just asking, I'm just asking to have some of these numbers, and then with your help, we can reach out. I would take that approach. So start with this. And then from that place, just reassure and be like, I'm just not tell them, I'm gonna bug them every day. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna make it mad at you. Like, so you put their names and numbers down, I can send you a text, I can have you reach out to me. This way I have their information. We're not going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I can have their info, you can reach out, we're not gonna get.
That's all my money goes. I have a savings account.
You're welcome. It's Christian, right? Yeah, let's see your Christian. All right, sorry, I'm going back and forth, yeah.
I'm gonna I gotta take on. That was really everything you did. I've never been one for motivation. So then you check we got the
I appreciate that. It's more than motivation.
Yeah.
It's not, and there's motivation, and there's inspiration. Inspiration is inspired, it's in spirit. Inspired and in spirit, so it's a different type of energy. And then also, it's not just like, oh, it's like, it's active, right? It makes sense,
Not being it just yeah.
right? Like, I'm like,
Actual solution.
exactly, and here's the why behind it. And yeah,
That's what I think it's more of a why.
yeah, same. Much as I can be motivating, but for that too, same. I appreciate it. Aiden, nice to meet you, Aiden. Thank you so much. Bye. Massive. Okay, nice to meet you. She was. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice meeting you. Yeah, and then by the way, if y'all want to get my email. Okay, cool. Yeah, send me an email.
That's cool.
All right, yeah, for sure. Thank you, guys.
That's why.
There.
I'm more blessed, don't worry about it
We're-
right now.
we're blessing?
More blessing.
More blessing. Oh, that's a
Kathy.
simple name. You know it's cool. I'm more blessing. You're welcome. You're welcome to meet me. Nice meeting you, more blessing.
Just like, I don't know.
And I'll be right with y'all. Sorry if you are sticking around to say hi.
For sure.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. I was like, I'll be right with y'all. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry, more blessing. Okay. One of the easiest things, like I just did that breathing exercise, that's one of the most effective ways. So like doing like 5 of those breaths before, or even like when you're even in a cooking side, feels like your tight like around here, right? So if you kind of like force it kind of open with a deep, slow breath, like.
Oh, yeah, 79.
The diaphragm is breathing more into the bottom of the belly, the bottom of the lung, and that kind of releases some of that tension. So like 5 of those breaths, even 10 if necessary, can do wonders for help with anxiety. The other thing I'll share about anxiety, biochemically, nervousness, excitement, and anxiety are basically the same. The biggest difference is the meaning we've been conditioned to give to the physiological response. Feeling this, that must mean anxious. Nervous. That's part of why. The other thing that determines it is anxiety, nervousness, excitement focused on a negative outcome. Excitement is nervousness and anxiety focused on a positive outcome. Most of us never conscious, or we're thinking of worst case scenario, feeling these feelings, and then we come to anxiety. But the biochemically speaking, so we can handle that. Handle it excitement. Handle it like, okay, I'm doing this. What if it goes amazing? What if it's even better than that? What if I crush it? What if I overcome it? You like channel that type of focus for the positive outcome, and you can take that energy and move it to excitement. And I used to struggle with this. I used to have a hard time finding talking to people. I don't know. So, and this job helped me prevent more repetitions with more people, more demos, more repetitions, more interactions, experience. I started getting more and more confident. But I also didn't know any of the things I just started doing in like 10 years in the business, right? So now that you know this now, you can use this. Nervousness, so nervousness, anxiety, or excitement focused on negative outcome. Excitement is just nervousness and anxiety focused on positive outcome. Just take that energy and channel it towards a positive outcome. That can help along with the breathing. For those who are on the mouth, great fog and fear on the exhale. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Nice meeting you. Yeah, and like I said, if you want to reach out, get my info today. My pleasure. Thank you. All right. Okay, cool. I just want to go in order. Yeah, sorry. Okay. He was here earlier, so let me meet with him, and I'll come right back to you. Thank you for your patience. Appreciate practicing my second P of patience. So thank you. All right. And your name again?
I'm good. I was gonna ask, okay, I'm hard hearing. I got the repetition because you said that so many times.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Emotional intensity.
Emotional intensity.
And then number 3 is authoritative source. If we see someone as an authority, we're more likely going to let them change what we believe. So emotional intensity is number 2. Authoritative source number 3.
Sorry, I wasn't made sure I didn't.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm glad you did. I appreciate you asking. Dustin, you said? Nelson. Braden Nelson. Braden, nice to meet you, Braden.
Yeah, but the whole thing, I feel like, okay, that makes so much more sense. When I do demos for days, I'm just like, I don't even. When the days up to start school, when I come to it, I'm just like, already like, okay, we're selling, we're doing good things, and then it happens. But like, just like, and then 300K. I'm like, okay, like, gotta start thinking that more,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're able to connect that dot, like what you've done that's working and how you can see it here and makes it easier to do.
I was gonna, I can try to get a picture, yeah.
Sure.
Take a picture.
What? All right, if you wanna maybe stand, we'll go like right.
Great, get that in.
Yeah.
Get it? That's down.
Been struggling with real estate.
You get a little 0.5.
No, you think it's you? There's a lot of real estate.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you.
My
Well,
girlfriend.
it's great meeting you. Help us see you around sometime.
Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, and thank your girlfriend for teaching how to do good pictures. Thank you, Brandon. Looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to connecting. Kathy is asking for you there. There you go.
Nice to meet you, Mark. My name's Aiden.
Aiden, nice to meet you.
Just
I was trying to be loud and proud that we can.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you for the energy.
I love what you're doing, talking about. I love your water down the water. I saw.
Oh my
that
gosh, tell the
outside.
story about the glass. The glass bottle.
The glass bottle.
I swear at SE1 you said like something about glass bottle.
Oh, it's healthier for you. I know that.
Why is it healthy?
Microplastic and stuff. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So, yeah, I may have had a funny story at the time. It's just not ringing a bell now. Yeah.
I was dropping my water bottle, so glass.
All right, yeah. Like it helps me stay focused or something
Right,
like
right,
that.
right.
Like I'm not gonna drop that. Right. That's why I work out. It's like
Oh,
this
actually,
thing.
you're right. Whenever instead of the feet, you said.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that's what I did. I think that was in the moment. So, like not even a thing I normally do. I appreciate your memory. I appreciate your memory. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I had a plastic wire jar. I put an egg on my friend and it slapped on my hand and shattered it. So yeah, I don't. Do that. I mean, I feel like maybe I should have laughed. I was gonna ask you. Because I'm pretty confident about sales. That's what.
Yeah, he's selling.
My problem is that that sales, I kind of felt a little awkward about like the rest of it, like accessories. I'll make this all the time. I'm like, yeah.
I don't, so it's like, so yeah, if you guys want to do that.
I feel like I kind of lose that.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. So probably if I had to guess, there's an underlying belief, a meaning. I was like, oh man, I just asked him to buy
You
$1,000
guys
set.
should take advantage of our lift, get that.
I don't want to ask for more. Like, oh, please, right? So like,
We're going
if you
after-
realize
Sunday's all they call
the
it.
more they
and I
get,
think I
the
should
more they're benefiting, right? So like, if they get a set,
demos-
because if they use one knife for everything, that's better than no Cutco knives. But one knife for everything, it's constantly used. You're in the wrong tool for the wrong job. You're using a handle of a screwdriver to hammer nail, right? It works, but it's a lot better to have a hammer and a screwdriver and a saw and a wrench. Like the more tools, the more you can do, right? So the bigger the set, the more they can do with more tools. And some pieces in the set, they're gonna use daily, some weekly, some monthly, some seasonal. But the idea is whatever they need, whenever they need it, it's there for the rest of their life, right? So that's the set of knives. That's also applying to like their cookware, flatware. So you're not forcing anyone to get anything else. You're just letting people know options that they don't know they have unless you tell them confidently about it. So if you're like, yeah, you got a set, you're like, maybe cookware, some flour too, I guess. Then it feels off. There's like a disconnect. It's like, well, why are you so awesome about the knife? Does that mean like the flour is not that good? But it's great. It's amazing. And it's guaranteed forever. You buy these forks and spoons, never buy forks and spoons again. Right? Like that's amazing. So you just want to be mindful of this. So like, yeah, close the sale. Awesome. And Ms. Jones, if you decide to get this with the set, I can give you a little bit more bigger discount. Because the more you get, the bigger the discount I can give. Right? So just so you know, I'm totally happy with you just getting the knives. Thank you.
Like an hour.
Totally happy with just getting that. Just so you know, if you wanted to get flatware too, this is what it looks like. It's guaranteed forever.
But
If you wanted to get some gadgets too, can openers, people go through those things like once a year easily,
I had.
right? Imagine never having to pay for a can opener again. Good thing we came out with a Cutco can opener, guaranteed forever. So just, it's an understandable, but it doesn't have to be, right? Like you don't have to lower your belief. You don't have to give a meaning that says, oh, now that they bought this, I'm bothering them with extra. You're not bothering anything. You're not making anyone get anything. You're simply just letting them know options they don't have otherwise. So just feel just as confident, whether they get anything else or not, that's okay. But at least confidently let them know they have the option. Now they do get it all at once, they do get a better goal than if they wait to buy that later. They can buy it later, but they get it all